Shalom, call Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and teaching do rule well. And Shalom to all the Akim that puts their truth and sincerity. This is your brother Zakar coming back with another video on the Native Americans, so-called Native Americans, the tribe of Gad, man. Once again, just showing you that these are, the Gadites, man. They fit the prophecy very well. You got a lot of other Israelite groups out there that, refuse to recognize certain northern tribes as Israelites. Okay, so them other Israelite groups, man, they just in a state of ignorance. All right, but anyway, this is a little article, and it reads, more graves are found at Canadian schools for the indigenous. Okay, so this is when the, tribe of Gad was, in the Esau school system. Basically, what they were trying to do was, change them into acting like a, so-called white man. All right, what Esau calls as civilizing, but he's the one that is the beast. So this is the book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 19. This is going to our father Jacob Yaqub, who was telling us about the end days, the prophecies of what would take place on all tribes of Israel. All right, so this is verse 19. It reads, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. Okay, so this is going into, Gad, man. Genesis 49:19, so-called Native Americans, about what will happen. And the truth, man, I mean, we went through all types of captivity, but specifically Esau, Edom, as far as taking the lands, lying on the, peace treaties, breaking every last one of them. All right, Esau has done a hell of a job for a long time, hiding what kind of wickedness he was. Okay, but in these last days, the truth has been coming out and exposing this damn devil of who he is, which is the Esau Edom. Okay, so this is Isaiah 29 and verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Yahweh, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? The Most High sees them. Yahweh Shai. Okay, the Most High eyes is everywhere through his angels, the messengers. All right, Esau Edom, who thinks that he can, makes all types of bullshit legislations and all types of, laws that favors him, and, takes away pretty much diminish Jake, man. And he think he can just get away with this. All right, but he's sadly mistaken, because Yahweh B'Shem Shai made Esau Edom to be what he is today, a wicked beast. Okay, this is Proverbs 15. Verse 3 is point, but I read verse 1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but a grievous word stir up anger. The tongue of the wise useth knowledge or right, but the mouth of fools poured out foolishness. All right, verse 3. The eyes of the Yahweh are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. All right, so this wicked, Isaiah 29 and 15, this is goes into Esau, Edom, any other nation, and also 2/3 of our own peoples. Let's read again. Isaiah 29:15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Yahweh, and their works are in their dark. And they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? Back to Proverbs 15 and 3. The eyes of the Yahweh are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. So the Most High sees all wickedness, man. He sees it once. He declared the end at the beginning. Okay, let's get that. All right, so this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 46, and I'll start at verse 8. Remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. Verse 9. Remember the former things of old, for I am the Yahweh B'Shem Shai, and there is none else. I am Most High, and there is none like me. Remember the former things of old. So this is what we do, man. We hit highways and byways, telling Esau Edom the things that he has done then and the things he done again. Reincarnated, all right? Because he under impression that he has not committed the wicked acts that his forefathers had done, all right? Because they don't understand reincarnation, which they are their forefathers, okay? Remember the former things of old, for I am Most High. There is none else. I am Yahweh Shem Shai. There is none like me. Verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. All right, so this is the Most High movie, man. We just fulfilling our lots, our roles in this, in this world, man. So in this world, Israelites are at the very bottom. All right, that goes into, they will be the tail. Salakia, they will be the head, and we will be the tail. And vice versa, when we get into our kingdom, they will be the tail, and we will be the head. Okay? Read it again. Isaiah 46 and verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times, as things that are not yet done, saying my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. So everything, we got to keep in perspective. This is Yahweh Bashim Shai's movie, all right? Everyone has to fulfill their lots. And get Jeremiah 20:23. All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 23. Am I Most High at hand, said Yahweh, and not a Most High far off? That's a question mark. Can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him, said Yahweh? Do not I fill heaven and earth, said Yahweh Bashim Shai? Let's read it again. Jeremiah 23 and verse 24. Can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him? That's a question. All right. So we read in Isaiah 29 verse 15 that, the wicked say, who sees them? The Most High see they wicked ass, man. He made them to be like that. All right. They programmed to, act the way they do. Let's read it again. Can any hide himself in secret places that I shall not see him, said the Yahweh? Do not I fill heaven and earth, said the Yahweh? All right. So this is, going into, Most High sees everything. All right. Once again, the end has been declared at the beginning. Isaiah 46 and 10, just read. Read verse 25 as well. I have heard what the prophet said, that prophecy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. How long shall this be in the heart of the prophets, that prophecy lies? Yea, they are prophets of deceit of their own hearts. All right. So a lot of our peoples is following their own hearts. 2/3 of our own peoples, man. And Esau, Edom, who taught them, the Roman Catholic Church, which is which would be destroyed in a lake of fire, which is the missiles, ICBM missiles when it hit America and wherever else. All right, so Esau, Edom will be, destroyed in its due time, and the days are being shortened, man. So the days of Esau, Edom, and his system, his image will be demolished. Okay, so get the book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach. I read verse 6. For the Most High hated sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. The mighty day when our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai makes his return. Let's read it again. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hated sinners. So the Most High does not like anyone that committing sin willfully, man. All right, sinners, the breaking the law, the transgression of the law. 1 John 3 and 4. Okay, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Give unto the good and help not the sinner. It said, give unto the good and help not the sinner. He that have an ear, let him hear the scriptures, man. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved, but in his adversity, even a friend will depart. Verse 10 is the point. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching. All right, sounds like Esau Edom, man, the so-called white man. All right, Esau Edom acts like he's humble, act like he's trying to help you, act like he's trying to uplift you, but in all, he's trying to catch you in a snare, a trap. Yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped it a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. All right, so they still the same peoples from old, man. 200 years ago, 300 years ago, however many years ago, Esau, Edom is still that wicked bastard, man. That's what he's here for. Okay, he's used as the Most High sword, man, to punish the sinners of our own peoples. Verse 12, set him not by thee, lest when he had overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seats, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. So we got to be very careful how we be around this damn devil. You know, we work, we all had different jobs, and you know, Esau Edom is there because we got to work for this damn devil. But we got to know how to maneuver around this, you know, this beast. That's why Scripture says, be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, man. All right. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So one that go to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? All right, so you've been warned, and you still went unto this devil. So you got what you deserved. For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh, verse 16, an enemy speaketh it sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. All right, his words are smooth as butter, man. In the book of Psalms. All right, Esau Edom, he's a master at deception. Starting with the days of in scriptures, it's Genesis 3, where it said the serpent was more subtle than any beast in the field. The serpent was the Edomites' den. All right, there was before they lost their pigmentation, and the other beasts were just the other nations. Okay, verse 17: if an adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet will he undermine thee. So Esau Edom is once again master at deception. He will pretend to like he's helping you. He'll pretend that he's give you great advice, but it's poison, man. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. So this devil, all right. So when the days of Jacob trouble hits, you're gonna, our people's gonna see what kind of person he really is, which is pure evil. Okay. Get one last precept in the book of Psalms, chapter 1. Okay, this is the book of Psalm, chapter 1, verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. All right, so we're not amongst these different, religion groups, or not amongst Esau, Edom, with his different philosophies, all right? We're amongst the brothers that, their mind is always on Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai. Verse 2, but his delight is in the law of the Yahweh, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. All right? And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. All right? Because what we're doing is glorifying Yahweh's name, man. Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai's name. Nothing else. We don't have any parts of this world. We don't expect anything great to come out of this world, because prophecy has already said that America will be destroyed. Babylon the Great. There will be nothing to happen in America but different wild beasts, man. So verse 4, the ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Yahweh knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. So the way of Esau, Edom, and also the other nations, their customs, their philosophies is going straight nowhere. Okay? Yeah, they rule for a certain amount of time, Esau, Edom, so-called white man. But that was prophecy going into Revelation 12, that he'd be loose for a little season. And we are in that little season. And it's ending rapidly. Okay? You got Russia, Vladimir Putin, basically slapping America in the face and daring them to do something, but they're not going to rouse up. Okay, China, who believes that they next to rule, but they ain't in it for a rude awakening. The next to rule is the elect of Israel, our Israelites. I'm reading verse 6 again. Psalm chapter 1 and verse 6. For the Yahweh knoweth the way of the righteous, okay, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. So all heathens' ways will be perished, man. And the other heathen nations, they will still be under submission, but Esau Edom will be exterminated. There'll be no remaining of the house of Edom. Okay, so I got another video. Basically, a brother on TikTok, he going into more history on the Native Americans and the treatment that they received by the hand of Esau Edom. And with that, I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh by Hashem Al-Shai, by Hashem Kadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and teaching to rule well, and shalom to the Akims that put their truth and true sincerity. Shalom, brakatham.
And I told you they lied to us when we learned about Native Americans. And if you thought the U.S. military was bad, it gets worse. There's an untold connection between the U.S. military and natives. I'm fascinated. Nobody ever talked about this. The foundations of the U.S. military come from the war waged on Native Americans. And what they don't tell you is most of the time this is a war waged on civilians. Just look at the language. In the military, if you say you're an Indian country, that means you're behind enemy lines. Phrases like that can also be used to mean collateral damage, because the first U.S. military tradition was killing native men, women, and children. Y'all ever paid attention to the U.S. helicopter names? The Apache, the Black Hawk, the Kiowa Warrior, the Chickasaw, the Choctaw, the Mohawk. Oh, it don't stop there. I know everybody that heard somebody yell, Geronimo! But Geronimo was a freedom fighter for the Apache. Oh yeah, they were some warriors. Y'all remember when they was trying to catch Osama bin Laden? What was the code name for the operation called Geronimo? Truth is, U.S. history is a horrible thing.